Hey everybody, it's Jesse called the Collecting Nerd, and right now I am pissed the fuck off. Find out why in just a moment. But first, I am on a podcast, as you guys probably know. If you guys don't, please check it out. It is called the Hesitation Hall Podcast. I'm going to put the link to the channel in the description down below. It is hosted by myself, my best friend who I've known since preschool, Austin Wold, and his younger brother, Scott. We pretty much talk about anything and everything that we like. There's some dark humor in there. There's some funny jokes. There's all that good shit. But for now, let's just get on to the main topic. So, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame once again fucked us metalheads over by pretty much snubbing out Phil Campbell and Mickey D out of Motörhead's induction ceremony. And honestly, I'm just surprised that the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame inducted Motörhead in the first place, because Motörhead is one of the best, they are one of the best. They're one of the most iconic and legendary heavy metal and rock and roll bands on the face of the fucking planet. But if you guys don't really follow the music scene, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame is a joke. They would rather induct people like Madonna, Michael Jackson, basically a bunch of crappy fucking mediocre pop and hip hop stars than heavy metal. Once again, heavy metal gets the short end of the stick, and as a genre, within next year, it'd be approaching 50 fucking years as a genre. Right now, it needs to stop. It's either parodied in a bad way, and I'm not saying, you shouldn't parody a fucking genre, because it happens a lot. I'm just saying metalheads and metal as a genre, nonetheless as a culture, doesn't get the respect that it deserves, in my opinion. And I think it's because we don't really conform to anyone's bullshit. Metal as a genre is the outcast of the school. It's the stoner friends who just fucking sit out back during lunch to smoke weed, then come back when they have the munchies. It's usually the kind of people that if they're in the school, they'd be kicking ass and taking names, not really giving a fuck. Just basically a better version of punk, if you ask me. But I think metal will not get accepted because, for one, metal as a genre isn't the kind of person that conforms to other people's bullshit. It's not the kind of person that really conforms to consumerism. And that's what, and not just Americans, but majority of the country is, their culture is based on, is either ancient tradition mixed with consumerism. That's just my personal belief. But I still think it's bullshit, because the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame is just a joke. They don't really give a fuck about metal. They don't give a fuck about us metalheads. They don't give a fuck about the kind of impact we made on not only music, but pretty much as a culture. You'd probably see at least 1,000 metalheads in your life before you pass away. And I know just keep droning on and on, but they've done the same thing to not even metal bands. They've done the same thing to fucking Kiss and the Beatles. They've done the same thing to multiple fucking bands where pretty much not fodder members, but members that still made an impact on their legacy were snubbed because they weren't the most iconic lineup. Now, that honestly just pisses me the fuck off, because I think if you're in a band, a legendary band, and you make a rather noticeable impact, you should be recognized, even if it is for a cup of coffee and some donuts. But I honestly think that we're just not going to get treated the way we should be by the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, because they're a bunch of fucking jokes. They're a bunch of punk motherfuckers. And honestly, fuck them. There should be a heavy metal Hall of Fame and museum. Seriously. if someone starts that, I would personally fucking donate it. And I don't really donate to jack shit. But there needs to be a Metal Hall of Fame and museum. I'm just sick and tired of it, you know? I'm tired of how us metalheads are pretty much treated as like a joke. As, oh yeah, because he's a metalhead, all he thinks about is death and destruction and just doing drugs. That's not what we are. We can actually be pretty nice people outside of the stereotype as the psychotic asshole serial killer just because we listen to metal and just because we like to wear black and band shirts and stuff. But that's just opinion of one YouTuber who has less than 300 subs. But I feel like this is not just their fault, though. I think it's partially our fault because we're not making a big enough deal about this. We're not pretty much standing up for the Metal Brotherhood and saying, hey, this is some fucking bullshit. Apart from just a few fans that I have noticed and a few people who are big in the genre of metal, there hasn't been a huge fucking uproar. The last time we were really in a situation where the metal community has like united as a whole to stop something that's basically either injustice or just outright bullshit was the PMRC back in the mid-'80s, and even then it was still just not enough. I feel like we need to step up more as a community because that's essentially what we are, us metalheads. We're a counterculture. We are a community of our own people, and it's not just like people in the United States though. Metal is a genre that is loved worldwide, which is something that rarely happens for music genres. That doesn't happen for genres like country or hip-hop or like the bubblegum pop shit you see crapping out of the fucking radios and the records dealers or record people in general. That's just something you don't see happen, but that's one of the reasons why I think metal is pretty much music at its truest form, because it talks about the subjects that are most real to us. It's not stereotyped into a few subjects like it is to country or pop or rap or pretty much any other genre. There's metal bands out there that talk about other shit besides doom and gloom and destruction and all that, and sex and pretty much everything. That's why there's so many fucking subgenres that it's hard to tell the difference between them all. So if you guys are willing to help me in pretty much making a stand against this bullshit, then let me know. Let's try and do something about it. Can't just sit around and let people fucking walk on us. I'm Jesse Kell, the Collecting Nerd, and I'll see you guys in the next video, because this is fucked.